Andre Daniil said that he's obviously got a great relationship with Vaughn. They kind of share some things. When it comes to his speed rush, he says he's pulling from some of Vaughn's technique. What does that look like to you out there?
I don't know. I first I heard that. I mean, to me, Daniil Hunter rushes like Daniil Hunter. I mean, I think all players look at other guys. You know what I mean? And there's different things that they see other guys do, and they try to come out and do it. And sometimes I say, stick with it, and sometimes I say, that's not you, let it go. But I haven't seen him do anything and say, oh, that's Von Miller's rush. You know what I mean? I haven't seen that. So that's a difficult question for me to answer.
Daniil said that you guys could have a very special line this year. Do you feel you guys can get back to a couple of years ago when you had one of the best defensive lines in the NFL?
I'm just trying to get them better every day. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not looking forward. I'm not looking back. I'm just locked into today and try to get them a day better every single day we go out there. And that's the only way that you can get it done. I mean, there's things that you have to correct after every single practice, whether that's run game stuff, pass rush stuff. So in order for me to get them where I like for them to be, I got to stay locked in on who they are today to help them improve today so we can be better tomorrow.
When players start to talk about adding things to their game that the other guys do, what's kind of the litmus test for you to say, yes, this is good, or no, it's
I always look at the skill set of the player. If you're a big guy, and you're trying to go out there and bend the corner on a speed rush like Von Miller or Khalil Mack, you're fooling yourself. If you've got length and long arms and you don't use your length and long arms and you're trying to rush like a short arm guy, you're fooling yourself. So I just try to match their skill set to what they can do, to what type of rushes best fit them. Oh, he's doing well. He's getting better every day. I'm glad he's back here. He adds a different element to us, pass rush wise and also in the run game. Steven can rush out on the edge. As you know, we were able to move him inside, and he did some good things for us inside when he was here before. So, it's good to have a guy here with that versatility.
What have your thoughts been on Pierce as you guys have been ramping up his reps and getting him back out there with some team stuff?
It's been good. He's big. He's strong. He's more athletic than you give him credit for. You see it in one-on-one pass rush. You can see that he has some quick edge-to-edge to him, and it's usually don't see that in a big, wide-body person. The first time he did it in one-on-one pass rush, I grabbed him and said, "Hey, man, don't ever let anybody tell you can't rush the passer."
That was Saturday at
the first time he went one-on-one. I can't remember. All the days kind of run together right now. It was the first time he went one-on-one. On the first rep, he just took the guy back and just walked him on the quarterback's feet. And then on the second rep, he went right by him. And I was surprised.
What's the key to that skill set for him, being as big as he is, but also that athleticism?
That's very unique. It's very unique to have a guy that's 340 pounds, that can show the quickness that you would like a 3 technique to have in spurts. It's very unique. And for me, my job is to get him to bring that out of his game more often. And so you saw yesterday in practice, he had a time in the team period where he hit that same move and was stood right in front of the quarterback, and it would have been a sack. And so in his career previously, I never saw that on tape. I never saw that on tape. So I was pleasantly surprised that he has that to his game. And so my job is to make sure that he brings that out and that he uses it at different times in the game, because he has the ability to make an explosive play. When you're that big and strong and physical, the offensive lineman is sitting to brace for his power. So now when he can change it up and give him some quick speed, that really opens up a lot of things for his game.
Is that a situation of where previously he either wasn't aligned in a position to make those moves, or is that something that you're emphasizing with him here that you're now seeing him tap into?
I don't know. I don't know what Baltimore, told him to do. I just know sometimes when you're built like Mike and you're shorter and wide and strong, that's what they want you to be all the time. Is big, strong, and physical. That's what they want you to be. So I can't speak to whether they didn't allow him to do that, or maybe he just chose not to do that and just be what they wanted him to be. Sometimes that happens too. And that's why I wanted to make the point to him right off the jump street when I saw it. Okay, don't you ever tell me that you can't rush the passer. Don't you ever tell me that you can't beat anybody quick edge to edge. You made a mistake. You showed me you can do it. Okay, so now I'm gonna be on you to make you do it. And so, like I said, I was pleasantly surprised, and that's a big thing for a big man to have.
Andre, did you hear any of your DBs talking about how tough the cover Jerry Jeudy is?
No, it's we're in the meetings. It's just kind of been, correcting the mistakes. So maybe Carl, our secondary coach, has heard some stuff, but I have not.
Andre, I remember Rick Spielman talking at the draft maybe 2 years ago about focusing on interior defensive linemen's intelligence. Where does that show up with Pierce and Tomlinson? Where does their high intelligence help them with the position?
They both have really good football smarts. And when you have that, you can make an adjustment really fast with those kind of guys, right? So, a team can give you something a little bit different than you haven't seen before. And you can communicate with them, and they can make the correction, which is most times with defensive linemen, they have to feel it. I've had times in games where I've had to pull them off the bench and actually walk them through on the sideline so they can feel it. But when you have guys that have played in games and are smart, you can make the corrections just from talking to them about it, and they understand where you're going and what you're trying to do.
Daniil said that this is our first time talking to him since the pads have been on, and that he gets the first practice out of the way, and for him, the injuries behind him, he realized he doesn't have any restrictions, all of that. When we talk about with quarterbacks if they have an ankle injury, like Dak, for example, you're going to be concerned probably about guys around your ankle first. You're going to have to get into that. But he said he doesn't have to really worry about that with the bending in the neck. From your perspective, do you have to worry about that at all?
To be honest with you, Courtney, I was concerned the first day we went in pads. I wanted to see what was going to happen. You're a defensive lineman. You're banging somebody every play. So the first day in pads was the day that I want to see. Was he going to be timid to put his face in there? And he was not. He looked like his normal self, So after we had the first team rep and it was a run play, and I saw him fit the run like he normally do, then it was all done for me.
You mentioned Pierce's pass rush skills. What have you seen from Tomlinson in that regard? And is that the kind of guy that you think will stay on the field a lot on third downs?
What we're trying to do on third downs, I answer the second part first, is we're trying to put the 4 best pass rushers on the field. Mm-hmm. So not by position. So if the 4 best pass rushers are defensive tackles, then they'll be the best guys on the field. If the 4 best pass rushers are defensive ends, those are going to be the guys on the field. So right now, that's what I'm trying to figure out through practice, through preseason games, to get the 4 best pass rushers on the field. The one thing that Dalvin gives you is he's got unbelievable strength. And so the thing that you see that happens for him is he's able to walk a guard right back on the quarterback's feet. And so the biggest thing that I've been changing with him is to get him to move, get that guy to move, and then when he feels his feet hit the ground, now make your move. And he's hit that quite a few times so far out here in practice. And so, Dalvin was a tremendous wrestler in high school. And so what I've been trying to do is bring back his memory from his wrestling days. When you're a good wrestler, you can feel where somebody's body is on you. That's where you know where to make the moves. Well, if he can bring that to his game where he can feel that he's leaning to his left, so I'm going to finish my rush off to the right. And so by tapping into that, he's been able to use that more out here in practice. So hopefully if that keeps going, I think he has a chance to put up, better numbers than he did in New York.
Andre, what's the biggest thing you want to see from Janaris going forward into this rookie year?
I think just to keep improving. You know, that's all of the rookies, just to keep getting better every day. You know, this game in the NFL is so much different than it is in college. You know, in college you could be a tremendous athlete and you can run by a guy. It's not going to happen in this league. The offensive linemen are too good. They know what they're doing. So it's just continue to get better at his craft every single day.